Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Larry and I'm back with another video this week. I will try to update every Fridays, and today we'll be talking about for loops in Python. So today this video will be a video part 1, and next video I'm going to be showing you another video still on for loops. So before we start the video, I want you to please go and click the like button and subscribe to the channel. So as I said before, we're going to be talking about for loops in Python. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So what is a for loop in Python? So last time we saw in the previous videos I showed you how to declare variables in Python and lists. So I'm gonna create a list called fruits, and I'm gonna put some elements in the list: apple, banana, and let's say pineapple. Gotta put the quotation marks. Pineapple. Okay, so we have a list which contains apple, banana, and pineapple. So I want you guys to tell Python to print every single element that is contained in the list fruits. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but if you want to train, I'm going to encourage you to pause the video and do it by yourself, and then come back to the video and look it up and look how I did it. Okay, I hope you've done it. So if I run this list, and I think the majority of you guys that don't know Python did it like this: print fruits, and give the index, because we saw indexes in the first video and second video on lists. And if you didn't see that video, you can go check it out on my channel, because if you didn't see the video, you wouldn't really understand what I'm doing right now. And I think you did something like this for those who don't really know Python, and who are learning Python, who don't know any list in Python. I think you did it like this, and the answer is correct. But when it comes to programming, you don't want to repeat your code so many times. So that's why today we're going to be looking at for loops in Python. So how do you write a loop in Python? To write a loop in Python, in this case a for loop, because there are other loops in Python, like the while loop. Today we're going to be covering the for loop. I just want to say for fruit, in fruits column, do something. So do something, in this case I'm going to say print fruit. Okay, and then I'm gonna run it. So you see it prints every single thing that is contained in the list fruits. So I said, hey Python, for fruit in fruits, print fruit. So the list goes, the for loops goes in the list. It starts right here. It takes the first element, it returns it. It takes the second element, it prints it, and the third, it prints it. So that's what this loop does. Let's say I was to have another list, and I'm going to show pretty much the same thing. Call numbers. numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I run this, and I want to print every all the elements that are contained in this list right here. I'm just gonna say for num in numbers that was a typo. In numbers, do something, column print num, and I'll run it. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and it did print everything I wanted. So if you did realized, I didn't use the same name like here and here, because this thing is just like a variable. You can just use any variable, you can give any name to it. So if I was to say X, it will run correctly. If I was to say, oh, actually, yeah, I'm supposed to put X right here. If I was to say X and run it, you see it prints everything without any problem. So this X right here is a variable. You can just like you can pretty much put anything, and it's gonna work. So print K, and I run it, and you can repeat the print statement up in the for loop. Print KK, so it prints every single element twice. So 1 was printed 2 times, 2 was printed 2 times, etc. So that is pretty much it. In this video, that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to show you about for loops, and in another video I'm going to show you how to use the for loop in a different way. So before that, I'm going to show you, like, if you wanted to print, let's say you wanted to know the index of this this variable, these values in the numbers list. Let's say you wanted to know the index, because if you remember in the last video, I told you that the index of 1 is 0, the index of 2 is 1, the index of 3 is 2, and 4, and the index of 4 is 3. So let's say you wanted to know, using the for loop, the index of every element without using the built-in index of element, the built-in index method in Python. Let's say you wanted to know all the index of these elements right here. To do that, you want to create a variable. Like, you want to use everything you know from what I taught you from the first video. You want to create a variable that I'm going to call right here index. Okay. I'm going to call it index. I'm going to give it the value of 0, and then I'm going to say for X in numbers. Okay. Print. I'm going to say print. I'm going to print X. Okay. Then I'm going to print index. Then I'm going to print index, and then I'm going to increment the value of index. Okay, I'm going to say index equals index plus 1. Let's run and see if everything works correctly. So actually everything worked correctly. You see 1 that is in the list and its index is 0, 2 that is in the list and its index is 1, 3 that is in the list and its index is 2, and 4 that is in the list and has an index of 3. Let's try something. I wanted to try something real quick. Let's say I was to say I don't remember, because if I think I can do this. I've been using Java for a long time, so I'm not sure. if this thing is correct. Let's print and see. Okay, it works. So you say 1 and you see 1 and its index. 1 has an index of 0, 2 has an index 1, etc. So you can use this way to, like, if you wanted to know the index of value of elements or items in a certain list, you can use this for loop and declare a variable outside of a list and then try to figure out what are the index of the different elements in the list. Or something else you can do, I think I showed you in the last video, the index built-in function in Python. So if I was to say the name of the list numbers dot index, okay, and then I'll say x and then run it, you see we have 0, 1, 2 and 3 because x takes the value of 1, and when x takes the value of 1, x has an index of 0. When x takes the value of 2, x has an index of 1, etc. And I could do the same thing that I did before and just say print x and then print number.index x, and then I'm gonna run it, and you see the same thing I did before. And in this case, I don't need this variable right here because that variable is useless. Then if I run it, it still works. So I'm gonna give you an exercise for next time. I hope I don't forget to do that in the beginning of the video, in the beginning of the next video. Let's say I had a list, like I have a list. I'm just gonna say find the sum of the items in find the sum of the item in the list, numbers, and you just what I want you to do is just like use the for loop and the outside variable like I showed you before to add up every single element in this list. I'm gonna try to show you the solution in the next video. That's a kind of assignment that you have to do for the next video, okay? And I'm gonna try to upload next Friday. If God willing, I'm gonna try to update next Friday. So you just want to add every single element in this list. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for our next videos, and I will see you in my next video. So I'm gonna try also, before I end this video, I'm gonna try to give a little piece of advice to those of you who are out there studying computer sciences, because I'm a student in computer sciences when it comes to programming. So the thing you want to know, if you're a freshman in university, the thing you want to know is that programming is something that is kind of difficult when you are studying, and what you want to do to like master programming is just like a language. And so to master programming, you want to keep practicing. It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you is learning another language. Let's say you were trying to learn Spanish, you would want like to go to a Spanish speaking country where you can learn, or like let's say to Spain, where you could like try to practice your language. So that's pretty much how programming is. You want to keep learning, you want to go on the internet, try to do exercises. You don't just want to focus on what you study at school and just say, oh, I just got to read the book about Python books or stuff. You want to keep practicing, like keep exercising yourself every day, and you will find yourself getting better and better at programming. So that's what I wanted to say for this video. So thank you for watching one more time. Don't forget to like, comment down below in case you have any question, and I will be more than happy to answer your question. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. Peace.